Hi and welcome to another Married to Reselling video. I'm Simon.
I'm Faye.
And together we are a UK reseller couple selling mainly on eBay and Amazon. Got something very different to usual for you today. It's an Amazon video. We filmed it, but we forgot to do an intro and outro. So here we are, this is us, and we hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to show you some stuff we've got for Amazon. We haven't really talked about Amazon for quite a while, shown a haul or anything like that. It's about half an hour away from the dogs' D-word time, so they're a little bit on edge.
They're hungry.
Yeah, so I'm going to scan these and they'll be up on the screen. Basically you can download the Amazon app once you've opened your seller account. Use the Amazon app just like the eBay app to scan the barcode. That gives you the rough price. It will show you the FBA price and the seller fulfilled price. The FBA price is basically where Amazon are sending the customer orders straight from their warehouse. So you get better placement in the search results, basically more chance of making the sale when you use FBA as opposed to shipping yourself. Yeah, so while the dogs were getting groomed, me and Faye went to the charity shops in a local town, picked this stuff up. I'm also doing some stuff upstairs, and which will follow in this video, and also a YouTube viewer sent us a box of DVDs, said they might be good for Amazon, so we'll have a look at those as well. So first up, I got Flight of the Conchords for, I don't know, is that £2 or £2.50? Was
She
that
asked
the lady
me.
Asked you?
Yeah. I think it says £2.50, but I said, oh, it says £2.
Yeah, it's very unclear. Anyway, so that was £2, and that sells, current selling price is $9.99. I can see on the app what the gross proceeds will be once it sells. So this one, £5.60, so minus the cost price, that's £3.60. Very, very quick to process. So if you're doing a number of DVDs, which I will be, then it's very easy work.
It's important to say, isn't it, that not everyone can sell DVDs.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're showing you DVDs now, but obviously we've got other things. You either will or won't be able to sell DVDs. But quite often things that, I've said this before, quite often things that sell for good money on Amazon also sell for good money on eBay. Not always the case, and it goes both ways. On Postman Pat, I don't know what this costs, no sticker on it. Oh, 5 for £1, so this is 20 pence. And this sells for FBA 6.38, so that'll be £3 and a penny profit.
I wanted to watch that tonight.
Sound of Music. Again, this was 20 pence, and that sells for £8.56.
Both the dogs are like looking at you intently.
Yeah, well, they're learning, aren't they?
It's like they are learning, yeah.
This one is, what is this? The Night Before. Again, cost 20p, £8.53. Lovely Bones and Revolutionary Road. It's a twin pack. Again, 20p, and that sells for £11.25. So just to give you an idea of a little bit of a higher price one, gross proceeds on that £6.96, so that'll be £6.76 profit. Dina Durbin.
Deanna.
Deanna? No idea, didn't even scan right. I'm getting pictures of the doggies. Deanna Durbin, hers to hold, £9.98. Again, that was 20 pence. That must be one that was 5 for 20, I think.
5 for 20? 5
for £1. And then these two, they were also 5 for £1 in a different shop, but I only wanted 2. Now before, places have just tried to charge me, like where I've only wanted 1, when it's 5 for £1, they've charged me £1. That happened about a year ago in a cancer research, because I just couldn't be bothered to argue the point. But this time I said to her, they're 5 for £1, but I only want 2. So if you want, I'll pick 3 more up, but I will be leaving them behind. And so she just charged me £1 for 2. So that one was £3.94. That, I may have muddled these 5-4 thingies up. In fact, I know I have. Because I'd have just grabbed that to make up the 5. Because the gross proceeds on that is £1.14 at that low price. And I think this is the same, so I'm pretty sure I've muddled them up. Yeah, £4.64 this one. So anyway, so I paid £2 for all those DVDs. That's the way I'm looking at it. On this one, Fantastic Gymnastics. We've sold these before, but they were a man
And the box was yellow.
as the vault. Yeah, and this time it is a lady. It's a lady sneak. This is a lady. And this was £3 and current selling price £29.61.
Used.
Used, yeah. So gross proceeds of £21.48 minus my £3, £18.48. It's pretty good. And this one, Family Fortunes Electronic. Used to be able to get 50 quid for this
Oh, it's Vernon.
back in the day. Paid £5 and that's £27.99. And then this is brand new and sealed. Those previous ones are used. I think I probably mentioned that. Brand new and sealed Twilight. What's it called? Scenic Twilight. Paid £5 and that is £24.75. This is heavy. I've never seen this before. A Ravensburger game.
Yeah, you have. You've had that before.
Have I? I don't recognise it at all.
I do.
So this cost £5 and £37.99 used.
It was only like 3 or 4 shots. We weren't out on like a mammoth mission where we were just like killing some time and popped in a couple in a town.
Yeah. Cluedo, Sherlock Edition. I paid £2 and that sells for 15 used. I did see this in another shop beforehand, but they wanted like a tenner for it.
What?
Which is just
Was that Keach by any chance?
charity shops for you. Could well have been, yeah, most probably was. Upwards. I paid £3 and that sells for £28.98. And another Seen It, brand new and sealed, cost £5. This is The Simpsons and that one is £34.99. Got some more stuff to show you, as I said. Now, I thought I'd show you everything that I use for doing Amazon FBA in terms of used board games, DVDs. So what resources, what tools, what bits and bobs. So bearing in mind we're doing used board games, so it could be anything from Monopoly to Dingbats to Trivial Pursuit. When you buy these from charity shops, they're often, you know, just all sort of thrown in the box. So I'll check the contents against the content sheet on the instruction booklet. If the instruction booklet happens to be missing, I will usually be able to find it online just by typing the name of the game and PDF or PDF instructions. You can find most things. There does always seem to be the odd title that is always missing the rules, or more often than not, or always missing the same pieces. So I try to make sure that I hold any back or take a copy of those ones. And if I do find instruction PDFs online, I always make sure I save them because it's likely I will need them again in the future, or the web page that I got it from might no longer exist when I do need it in the future. Elastic bands are absolutely critical because when you're dealing with card games, for example, or board games with cards, I always like to make sure the cards are all bundled up nicely. Now, when I first started, I used to count the cards. So if it was like Trivial Pursuits and there was meant to be 2,400 questions, 8 questions per card, 500 cards, whatever it might work out to be. Back in the really, really early days when you're sort of trying to make sure you can do everything that you can to please the customer, I used to count them. I don't count them anymore. I'll count games where, for example, Monopoly, where there's meant to be so many community chests, so many chants, so many stations and mortgage cards. So anything like that where it names a number of cards, where they're sort of functional cards that are required to play the game. But obviously with Trivial Pursuits or something like that, nobody's going to notice if one card is missing, for example, one of the question cards. I also used 3 different sizes of grip seal bags, 3.5 by 4.5 inches, so they're just kind of the small ones. So this will be for things like playing pieces, counters, tokens, all of that. These ones are slightly bigger. These are 5 by 7.5 inches, and again, just for anything there's lots of pieces. And then the teeny tiny little ones, which I remember where we got these from. They're in an auction hall or something randomly. I've got thousands of these little ones. So these will be just for small pieces like pegs or tokens or anything like that. Another critical piece of equipment when you're doing used stuff, for me anyway, is grime wipes. So anything that's got, marks, stains, anything that needs a bit of a wipe, dust. If someone's had their tea resting on the DVD case, you find that quite a lot, like coffee rings, tea rings. So grime wipes are perfect for that. I'll also have kitchen roll just to dry anything that I've wiped with a grime wipe, because you know, when you're cleaning something, you don't want it to stay wet, particularly, you know, we're dealing with a lot of cardboard boxes, so we want to dry them as quickly as possible. This stuff is absolutely critical. HG sticker removal, and I use this with cotton buds. So just dip it in, and this is for getting those pesky stickers, the stubborn ones that don't come off. When I get to one, I'll show you exactly how good this stuff is. You just basically paint it over the sticker, leave it for a minute, peel it off, and then again I'll just wipe over that with a grime wipe, because you know it is flammable liquid, so it does need wiping off, and it smells a bit like, I don't know what it smells like, paint stripper or whatever, you know, that sort of chemical smell. Other things that I always have lying around, I make sure of it, is these like sealing stickers. So this is for resealing used board games. So once I've checked them and I want to do them back up again, I'll seal all 4 sides with one of these. I've kind of experimented with different sizes of these. These are 3 inches by 1 inch, I think. So they give you plenty of stick. Always got a Stanley knife handy, because when I'm first opening used board games that have been sealed up in a charity shop with like sellotape, I'll cut the seal. Again, I used to peel it all off, all the little remnants of sellotape. I don't do that anymore unless it's like in a bit of a state. Over time that's like gathered fluff and dust and stuff. So if there was sellotape on a game that was like that, I would peel that off. I just want it to look really neat and tidy. It's all about first impressions. Lots of people buy used stuff. Most of them don't expect the condition to be, you know, exquisite. Their expectations are usually pretty good. But the better you can present it, so that when they take it out of that box, you know, they're instantly satisfied before they've even played the game or watched the DVD or whatever, then you're winning. I always also have a ruler and scales handy, because when doing FBA, sometimes you go to send stock into Amazon and they need the weights and measures, which usually indicates it's never been sent into their warehouse before. So this happens really, really rarely. So probably maybe 1 in 50 products that I do might need me just to enter the weight and measure, so that Amazon know the size of the product that's coming in, and therefore what fees to charge for storage and shipping and all that. Other things I use often is clear tape. So I might use clear tape if a box needs a bit of a repair. Now I don't tend to pick up games where the boxes are absolutely battered or anything like that, but sometimes if the game is kind of too good to miss, but there is, you know, the box is split on the corner or something, then I'll repair it with either the clear stickers or some clear tape. And of course every FBA seller's friend is brown tape, and this is to seal the boxes up mainly for Amazon. Also, these are like the little kind of address labels. So these are what I print the Amazon labels onto, which gets stuck onto the product so Amazon can identify the product and that it belongs to our account. Some people use thermal printers for this. We do have a thermal printer, but I don't use it myself for these. Generally, I think it's more important to use a thermal printer if you're printing off like 200 of the same SKUs, you know, firing them out. But when I'm doing this, I'm tending to put sort of anything between 15 and 40 items in a box. So I just like to do them straight onto these pages, but you can use your thermal printer for that as well. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Big cardboard boxes, obviously now we get all our cardboard boxes for free from our neighbours, so I'll just use whatever's best there. Amazon want double walled boxes, so try and obviously make sure that they're in double walled, but you can just put 2 singles together if they're the same size and one slots into the other. It's basically the same thing. So for all those products I use, we have the links in our link tree, so that's in the description of every video. It's also on our Instagram. So if there's anything you need, then you'll find all those links there. If you do order, we get a small commission, but it does say that on the pages anyway. So now I've shown you all of the resources that I use. Let's show you some more stuff that I'm going to send in. Okay, so I'm using the Amazon Seller app. I'm scanning the barcodes. That will show me the current selling price, and it will also give me an idea of the popularity of the product, but I've already done that work. That's why I've picked these up. So this actually I got for £1 from a garage sale trail, and that is currently available for sale for £31.98. It's brand new and sealed, and you can see there on the screen £23.86 are the gross proceeds. So if that sells for £31.98, £23.86 is what will go into your payment account, minus the £1 cost, £22.86. Pretty happy with that. This is Barbara Streisand One Voice, and this one was, I think, 5 for £1, yeah, so this was 20 pence, and this shows new at 21.64. It's not all DVDs, by the way. What's this? Broken Flowers. Now I always check that the version is the same, displays the same. So you can see it's like this focus features. This costs 20 pence and that's 12.35 new. So don't forget to keep your eye on the gross proceeds when I click onto it. I won't click onto them all, but you can see the gross proceeds there, so you can take off the cost, and that is what we'll make. Troy. Again, these are all brand new and sealed. That's £4.12, 20p. When I picked this one up, I'd have just been basically looking for a 5th DVD, I would imagine. I think I do remember on that day getting a few low value, because I knew I had a few DVDs to send in, and you know, if you're sending in DVDs already, it doesn't hurt just to throw a few more in, even if they're low value. I don't mind. It really doesn't take long to process these at all. £5.26, Something About Mary, brand new and sealed. 90% of DVDs that you look at on Amazon are like £2, £2.50, £3. We'll tend to pick things up over a £5 as long as they're cheap enough. You know, we want to keep our account active, particularly in the DVD category, because we do know that they close people off from that category, so we want to make sure we're remaining active and selling DVDs on the account. This one's 5.16 plus 1.26, The Descent. That's a great film. None in FBA, you can see there on the screen. 20p into selling for 6.42. And what's this one? Dead Poet Society, £5.99. You can see the sales rank there of 9.02. You'll have seen those in all of them as I've scanned them. With DVDs, if it's under 20,000, it's a pretty fast seller. Going to sort of sell within a day or two. Up to sort of 50,000, it's probably worth picking up. But if they're out of stock, or there's been an event or something like that, and they're higher rank, they're fine to pick up, you know. And particularly if the margin's good, for 20p they're worth picking up, even if you have to wait 3 or 4 months to sell. You know, if you can sell something for 20 quid from 20p, then that's great. So that one was £5.99. I got this Obama Llama game. It used to always come in a square box. This felt like the first time I picked this up. It's only available new. If there was a used offering, it would show it next to new there. So £20.95. I paid £2 for this, and I'll probably list it around £17.99, something like that. I always feel funny picking up things like this, because I sort of think, you know, does the person in the charity shop think this is what I'm going for? But anyway, I paid £1, and this sells, or is currently available used, for $18.77. You might notice that's actually more expensive than the new price. Funnily enough, people do buy things used for more expensive than new. I don't know why. Maybe they don't see the new feature. They click on like all offerings, and I don't know, just assume it'll be cheaper used and pick the cheapest used one. I don't know. I will probably though list that for under the new price, so around about £16-17. This is Star Wars Lupin Chewie. It's like a variation of the Lupin Louie game. I paid £3 for this one. The centerpiece, where is it? This sort of the electrical unit didn't work, but I had a spare in the barn, so I went and tracked it down in the barn. I knew I had it because I have a spreadsheet with everything that I've got in terms of the barcodes for the board games, so I knew I had it. Went and found it. It was exactly where I thought it would be, so it didn't take long at all. So I was able to get that one up and running, and that is currently available for sale used for £31.98. This Minecraft game was £2, and this is another one where the new's cheaper than the used. Oh, there is no used. So new 1802. I paid £2. It's a really fast seller, 4,514. Now I can actually look at how many this sells. Let's have a look. So I can use the SAS seller amp to kind of get an idea of sales velocity. I can just scan it just like I do on the Amazon app. And you can see there on the screen, right in the middle, sells 36 a month. Now I can actually scroll down on this and see how many each seller's got. Amazon disguise how many they got, so it's just showing 5+. And then you can see the other sellers. FBA sellers 3, 1, 3, 15 units, and you can see their prices as well. So I'm kind of confident when Amazon sell out, this will go for a lot more. So I'll probably price this high and leave it high for a couple of months, and I think that'll do really well. And then we've got this what if Ravensburger puzzle. Now Faye's actually done this one, so we know it's complete, and this was £3, and this is available new for £32.95, so I'll probably list it for like 20 to 25. Now when we started our YouTube channel, and certainly when we started Instagram, we talked a lot about Ravensburger puzzles because we really did used to pick up a lot more than we do now. The Ravensburger bubble burst probably around about the pandemic time. Demand definitely increased in jigsaw puzzles. We were doing a lot, we were selling a lot. We were buying them from John Lewis, having them delivered to us from John Lewis, and sending the box, sticking Amazon labels on, sending the same box from John Lewis straight back out to Amazon on the same day, and doubling our money on them. But I think, you know, now when you look at Ravensburger puzzles, the 1,000 piece, you know, the 1,000 piece that we mainly focus on, we do a few 500s, but mainly the 1,000. When you look at the prices of those new now, they're much lower than they used to be. Actually, when I had a sort of proper job and I used to sort of manage an Amazon account like a decade ago, we used to sell Ravensburger puzzles brand new and sealed, $29.99, $34.99, you know, that was the going rate. Now, you know, it's sort of 12, 13, 14, 15 pounds when they're launched. And I wonder if some of the reason is sort of post-pandemic, because obviously there was such a lift in demand. I do wonder whether there was a lot more manufacturing went on to meet that demand, and maybe there's still a lot of surplus stock around. So maybe they'll recover, but yeah, we don't talk about Ravensburger half as much as we used to do, and that's why. It's harder to find puzzles where there's some profit to be made now with Ravensburgers. We do scan them in shops, and Faye does them as well, so she enjoys doing a puzzle. Okay, so I've got this box that was sent to us by a viewer. It's DVDs. We've had it quite a while, but yeah, let's have a look through it and let's see what's in here. We'll talk about what we're seeing as we go. Okay, so we've got the Survivalist DVD. I'm going to scan it. So that sells for $3.99. You can see that gross proceeds are $1.19 if it's sold. So bearing in mind this has been sent to us for free, it's, you know, would be worth sending in. However, I've got a bit of a problem in that it's loose in the case, as you can hear, and we wouldn't tend to send those in because we have done in the past many moons ago, and it usually always gets complaints. Now there is a trick where if you can see through and you know the disc, now it's on that side, now it's on that side, and you can trap it, and if you can trap it and get it back on the teeth, then you know you can negate that problem. However, it is very difficult. On clear CDs, DVDs, it's much easier because you can see exactly what you're doing. I'll give it a couple of goes. There is about 1 centimetre or a ½ centimetre give either way, so it's really got to be lined up central to do it. And of course, if you get it wrong and squeeze too hard, you're just going to snap the disc. And you know when you've done it because you'll either hear it click in or it'll stop moving. No. So that could still be good for Music Magpie though. I do have a little pile for Music Magpie that I'm just kind of gathering up, so I might check that for that. What else have we got in here? This is, what is this, Jingle All the Way? And that sells for $5.01. It's in pretty good condition. There is this little snag on the top cellophane, but I'm happy with that. I would just put the tiniest little corner of one of these over the top just to pin that down, and that's absolutely fine. The gross proceeds on that one, £2.05. We've got Simpsons, Christmas with the Simpsons. This is a candidate for the sticky stuff remover. There's like some sort of glue on here. So that one sells for $4.42. So gross proceeds £1.19. The seal on the DVD is all good. Oh yeah, there's a bit of sticker there as well that I'll need to get off. That's fine, I'll send that in. Transformers, what's this? Revenge of the Fallen. Again, it's all fully sealed. One, gross proceeds, £1.01. Well, you know, I feel like I'm doing Gary an injustice if I don't send this in, so I'm going to send that in. What is this? Along Came Polly. £2.44. So that is, I'll just click on it, that is way too low. So gross proceeds minus 12p. So if we sell that for its current price at £2.44, we will lose 12p. Plus there's the little bit of prep, the label that we put on it. So that one we'll check for Music Magpie. Postnatal Rescue with Erin O'Brien. There it is, £4.95. Again, we've got that sort of little tiny opening there, but that's fine. It's a lower rank, 43,000, but that's okay. I will send that in. Gross proceeds on that, £2. We can just check they're the same item. I'll need to use, some of these stickers just peel off fine, but if not, I'll need to use sticky stuff remover on that. If for any reason I can't get it off, I will abandon it and I won't send it in. And let me tell you, the higher the value DVD, the harder I try. So Open All Hours box set, looks okay. £6.52, doesn't show the gross proceeds on that, I wonder why that is. £2.32 profit, so I'll send that in. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick those up, but the corners are sort of bumped and bruised, and it's not worth selling used, I don't think. Not really, no. You can see a bit of wear here on the card as well. For new, I wouldn't be able to send that in, but we'll try it on Music Magpie. Next up is Sherlock Complete Series 1 to 3. So that's going for £4.35. Which is gross proceeds of 52p. There's not a lot of money in it, so that we'll try with Music Magpie. Next up we've got Catwoman, £5.08. It's all good, seal's all good, condition's good. A label to get off, but that'll be fine. The A-Team, two versions on the screenshot. £3.34. 64p gross proceeds. I'm not going to send that in. Again, you can see by the rank at the top, 29,000, a bit higher than the one I just looked at, SAS, that sells 4 a month. So this sells, we know, less than 4 a month, probably 1 or 2 a month. It's just not worth. Now this one doesn't have a barcode, and there it is, exactly the same sort of version. It's 68,000 rank. However, it's a good price, so that's one that I'll put in, and you know, if it does sell for sort of £15, that would have been worth the wait. Now this one, I will definitely not send in. There's a few issues here. We've got the cellophane peeling, but also just the way it's wrapped. I don't believe that that is an original, but certainly that is not an original seal, so I'm gonna essentially chuck that one. Nanny McPhee and the Big Bang. The seal's all good. Now where they have the card sleeves on, rightly or wrongly, I remove these and I'll just send it like this. I used to check, because sometimes they'd say, oh, you know, it comes with card sleeve on the listing on Amazon. I don't bother with that anymore. I don't send the card sleeves. In fact, I've got a massive, massive collection of them, and I was planning on making some sort of backdrop for some videos out of it. I've got hundreds and hundreds of different films, because I think visually it'd look really good if I made that backdrop, and I've definitely got enough to fill a massive wall and then just kind of fold it up after each use or something. I don't know. I think that's what's stopping me from doing it, is I haven't quite worked out how I'd put it away. I suppose it could go on top of the wardrobe or something, I don't know. Faye wouldn't be happy with that, I don't think. That one I will send in, so it's all good, the seal. Now, you've got this issue here. So this is where they have the security tags, usually in supermarkets. You know, they have the big sort of like the block that goes in there. And when they take them out, it leaves this seal open. What I'll do is I'll cut one of these in half actually and stick it over that seal. Rightly or wrongly, let me know in the comments. Do you think that's the right thing to do? It's all fully sealed. It's never been opened. I just want to tidy up that bit. So I'm going to send that Am I going to send that one in? FBA 443, there we go. Yeah, so I'll probably send that in. It's showing the gross proceeds on the £3.55 price, but I can add £1 onto that, and that'll be the true gross proceeds. So yeah, that one will go in. Got a bit worried there, I could hear it rattling, but it wasn't. Yeah, so I keep these, and one day maybe you'll see me do something with them all. This is a 4-pack. Wildflower, Gun Crazy, Beat something, and Blue Desert. There it is. It's got no rank and a very low selling price, so got another Reseller, £6.32. So it's one that I'd like to fix if I can. I have just noticed, and you've probably been screaming at your screen. This is something I obviously usually do look out for, but ultimately because the camera's the other way, because I'm not looking at them, then I haven't spotted that these are all pre-owned. Pre-owned, so they're refurbished. So none of those three will be going in. Okay, Blackadder Remastered, £12.99 for this one. That's decent and a really good rank. So yeah, that's nice, that one. Friends with Benefits, £3.36, sounds a little low to me. 65p gross proceeds. It's a reasonable rank, 14 sellers. I could send it in, however, it has got the tail on there, which I know I said on another one I would just cover over. If we're talking really low value, I'm not going to sort of take those kind of risks for something so low value. So we'll, this one instantly straight away is obviously not new. When these were sent to us, there was no sort of promises made or anything like that. So essentially, you know, these could still have value used. So I am checking them, but this one doesn't scan on Amazon. What's this? Basil Brush Sports Spectacular, £8.99. Wow, and it's, you know, it sells a few a month. Another pre-owned. We've got a replay. So these are all pre-owned, refurbished, so we can't send them in, sell them as new. I'll check them later for if they've got any used value, but I won't do that. There's another one. I won't do that now on camera. What's this? Simply Painting. I would put money on this not being on Amazon. Oh, glad I didn't. And it's also NTSC. So that is region 1, so I'm not going to be doing anything with that one. More pre-owned. This is The Hills of Eyes, The Lucky Ones Die First. Original classic. Is this different to the Hills of Eyes where there's like 1, 2, 3 and 4? However many there are of them. Anyway, the cellophane is all torn and there's not really any used value. So. Ooh, Chippendales, The Experience. So I'm just trying to look for it. It's not coming up. How to Train Your Dragon. Train Your Dragon, not Drain Your Dragon. £5.04. £5.60. The condition is everything I need. One FBA for £5.60. Alien in the Attic. B&M, £2.99 that was. Aliens in the Attic. £3 new, so that's too low. Warhorse, £3.99, it's probably a bit low, let's see, 31p. Will Ferrell of Talladega Nights. This is where the lady gives birth when they break in the car, I think. I'm sure I've seen it. That's the only thing I remember about the film. Tell me the film is better than that scene. There we go. That is 4p gross proceeds. Yeah, £4.99, 28,000, 77p. I've got to get that B&M sticker off, and I can already tell that is going to be a stubborn one. So I'm not going to worry about that one. This is X-Men. It says new, £3.99 on it. Well, it's £4.99 on Amazon, £1.91 gross proceeds. No rank on this, poor reviews. Yeah, not going to bother with that one. £4.15 for 4 drama movies, no rank, so it doesn't sell. I'm not going to send that in. Danke, dass Sie ein Original kaufen. Starship Troopers Marauder. I haven't seen that. I love the original Starship Troopers film back in the day. It's not scanning. I'll probably put that aside to check that one on eBay. Friday Night Project Unleashed. Wow, it's going back a bit. £4.50 new, gross proceeds 96p. Oh, look at the rank though, 115,000 rank, so not going to sell. £4.62 for Scorched Earth. These DVDs have come to me free, so I'm going to get what I can out of them because it would be kind of be rude not to. Keith Lemon, very cheap, £2.47, won't be doing that one. Devil Wears Prada, £4.95, gross proceeds of £1.94. Another one of these. Is this any better than the last one? I keep getting the cardboard box. £9.25, but no rank, so I won't send that in. Taken 3, very low value one, this one. 33p at that price. We'll have the sleeve though. This is an Offset and a Gentleman, £5.48. There's no rank. Sometimes when there's no rank it's because there's like a variation listing where there's all different versions and cover versions and stuff. So you can see by the reviews, 3,400. I will check that out because there's probably another listing that one should go on. Oh, we've got a replay. What's this then? Family Guy, Ho Ho, something or other. 70,000, so a very slow seller. £5.60, yeah, I'm not going to send this in, that will take a long time to sell. This one is definitely not in its original seal. Olympic Sports, this is absolutely battered and very, very filthy. What have we here? Happy Feet from B&M, very low value, 92p. And this is all the cellophane's hanging off and it's very low value. We've got a Rattler. What's this called? I Am Not a Serial Killer. So I've got a Rattler, I've got a high rank, 49,000, so a slow seller and a cheap price. This is the penultimate, £2.24, too low in value. It's the lady in the, I'll tell you how many times you see this in the charity shop. Didn't even need to scan this to know. To Run for the Hills. That is the stack that I can't send in, so I'll check those for Music Magpie. That is the stack that I potentially can make some money out of. From memory, I think there might be about 20 quid profit there. A few that were £1 and a few that were sort of 4 or 5, a bit more. So maybe 20 or 30 pounds. And I've got, there was a few more that are going in the Music Magpie part. Got a couple to check on eBay. I don't expect too much with them, but I'll check them anyway. And that is it.
Coming this Sunday, it's 10 years of Nick and Andrea's YouTube channel. They've been on YouTube for 10 years and they are doing a live from midday to midnight, is that right?
So, yeah.
And we're hoping to jump on and join them at some point. So do keep a lookout for that. We'd love to see you over there.
And we've got a little surprise.
Oh, we have got a little surprise for them as well, yeah. So thanks very much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.